What's going on, people of the internet? Hope all is well. It's a new year. Hope you like this new kind of open setup. I'm using my kitchen island instead, so hopefully it's not too terrible. So the plan is kind of a little bit different. I want to show you, obviously, as you saw in the beginning, this commercial that I'm making. And what I want to do a little bit different from most people is straight up from the ground up, meaning from literally the thought of the idea to creating it, organizing it, and then obviously behind the scenes of actually creating the actual shots that are actually written down. So that's kind of the idea, what I wanted to show you guys, from how it manifests as an idea and actually I manifest that idea into reality, if that makes sense. That's what I want to do for this video. It might be a much longer video, but hopefully enjoy the process. So stick with me. What I do, obviously I grab my laptop, and I kind of just, what I want to show you guys is what the process is. The reason why I wanted to choose to make this video, I got soju grape in my fridge, and I thought, utilize what you got. And I think that's the best way of creating a fake commercial. Sometimes you can just buy it, but if you already have it, why not? So that's the idea. So the idea, what I do is kind of just write down soju grape commercial. And usually what trajects me from actually creating these actual commercials is an idea of what's a shot that would look really, really nice for that specific product. What that shot is specifically is kind of like how a toilet flushes, or kind of you see like waves crashing and water and stuff. And I kind of wanted the grape and water within a green container of some sort, like how a soju bottle is. It kind of sloshes and flushes down, so you're kind of establishing like the inside within the inside of the bottle. So I think that would be super cool to actually see from the inside. Usually what I do is kind of just write it down. Obviously there's the establishment shot, so I'll just write that. In this case, I kind of thought, how do I actually get this soju bottle to actually look from the inside? I might need to break it, but I feel like this might be a little bit easier way. And I remembered, there's like seltzer water, like Pierre, I think it's called. Or in this case, what I'll be doing is gonna be using Sprite bottles. I'm gonna be cutting it up, making it upside down, and probably getting a top-down shot. Figuring out how I'm gonna do that is gonna be different. My overhead rig is not the best. It's pretty janky, so we'll see how that goes. I'm gonna be dropping grapes, maybe have like a tornado effect of some sort to make it look like it, so that way I can just press record and then just kind of do like this action, and then it'll kind of fall through if I just remove the inside. So maybe that'll kind of work. This is going to be a top-down shot, so usually I kind of just write this down, probably a tornado effect, like I said before, kind of just make it so it actually goes down, so you're actually seeing some movement instead of just it going like that. Maybe that'll work. So I think for this action, since I don't know what I'm doing, I think I kind of want to build off of this specific shot. So usually what I do is kind of go from inside out of what I actually want to do, kind of go from there. So now that I have this one kind of it going from the inside, I think what I plan on doing is I see the grapes. Obviously I need to see like the product being poured. So I might have it like that. So these shots, I did it before. I did actually purchase a slider, so I might be trying to utilize that instead. So I'm gonna try and use a slider, have it where if I'm kind of doing it from the inside, maybe I'll have to break the bottle itself. I'll have it where it's kind of moving forward, and then it's being poured, or maybe it's already being poured, it's empty, and I have water already kind of being poured on the side. So as I'm pushing, maybe like this action of some sort, I don't know. We'll see how that kind of goes. That might be a little bit iffy. Yeah, I think that might be a little bit harder to do by myself, so we'll see. Number two is pretty much the idea of the refreshing of what the flavor is, but I think I want to emphasize that a little bit more into this actual specific shot. So I'm trying to think of like other types of shots that I did in the past that probably can utilize a little bit better and make it better even for this video. So what I kind of think what I did last time is a spray bottle. So I don't want to use a spray bottle for the product bottle itself, but I kind of want to, just like how this one kind of shows you the flavor, I kind of want to show the refreshingness of the flavor itself, if that makes sense. I'm gonna have the grapes already sprayed with water. I think I'm gonna spray it enough where the water, like a water droplet falls down. And I'm gonna have that in straight up 120 FPS, so it's a nice slow-mo of that droplet falling. And what I kind of want to do in this case is have that droplet fall into a soju shot glass. This way it kind of gives like that one scene to the next, so I think that'll be kind of nice. It'll be kind of like a top-down, maybe angle shot, and you probably see the rippling effect of the water going into the soju bottle, so probably that. Just because I'm going inside out and kind of the development of this, I'm just gonna do the easy stuff now, and that's gonna be the ending shot. So that's gonna be a product being shown, just kind of how like a bidding at the beginning of the thing. But in this case, what I want to do is actually just display it rather than kind of bring in the person with the commercial, if that makes sense. The attention grabber. There you go. That's kind of like the first establishment shot of number one. This one's kind of just showing, here's the product, you're done. And in this case, I want to use my cutting board probably. That'll be a little more contrast with the soju bottle and the soju shot glass with the grapes. And in this case, I'm gonna have it on a green backdrop. I need to go buy that green backdrop. And yeah, I think that looks good for now. Oh, actually, maybe this would be good. So I actually just bought a slider. It's actually coming sometime this week. What I want to use is the slider, kind of make something a little bit different, maybe have it on my Lazy Susan, make it kind of create movement within the product and slide it. I did this before, but it was kind of bad. So I think my plan is to have the soju bottle suspended in the air using my soju bottle, my Lazy Susan, and then using the slider to kind of create emphasis while the product is moving. I think that's the plan. Usually after this is what I just to kind of figure out what the heck I need to do for the next day or the day after that, whatever, is the materials. So I just kind of write down what are the materials of what I need for this actual thing. I don't got green grapes, so I need some green grapes, obviously, for the flavor. I already got the soju bottles, but I'm gonna just write it down anyway. I'm gonna use my slider. I'm gonna use my Lazy Susan, maybe my fish tank. I don't know, we'll see. My spray bottle, obviously. Obviously my Sprite bottle. Oh, I need green poster paper. But yeah, that's pretty much the idea of what I do. The creativity side is pretty much from my process of creating inside to out. Once you kind of figure out what product you actually want to use for this commercial, I kind of think of one specific shot that I want to do with that product that'll actually motivate me to do it. And then from there, what you guys saw is kind of the detailed shots, the meat and bones, kind of building off of that from inside out. And because the intro is just the intention grabber, ending is obviously just the end product of showing the product itself. So after you kind of figure out this stuff and going outside this way and building it, I think that way it'll make it so much more efficient, as well as, you know, figuring out like the whole process of what your commercial look like in your own style. I think that's my tidbit from making commercial, at least in my opinion. What I usually do after this, I usually kind of sleep on it pretty much. I don't go at the get-go of actually creating it. You know, it's just, I want it to sleep on it, to think about it. Maybe I'll think about something else as I dream about it or whatever, as I'm, you know, going through the night. And hopefully tomorrow or the next day after that or whenever I'm starting to kind of record, you know, that way I can actually think about another shot, or maybe I can't do this, or maybe something be better that'll replace this previous shot that I already wrote down. Hope you enjoy this portion. This is the creativity side, the idea portion, and hopefully the next thing you'll see is either one, me editing this and butchering this, or two, I just go and run with it and see where, you know, the whole day kind of leads me to. So see you there. All right, people on the internet, back from the art store. Got a couple things here. Got myself a hot glue gun, got myself some wooden slabs, wooden sticks, and got myself a green poster board. Didn't find a green poster paper, unfortunately, but I think this will make do and comes for a nice backdrop, I think. So the plan is to make a solid foundation for the actual product, and I'm gonna be using these wooden slabs, wooden sticks, and glue everything together so it's like that. So nothing breaks, nothing falls, or whatsoever. So let's hope for the best in 3, 2, 1. So here is this janky looking product holder thing I just made with 3 slabs of wood and 4 sticks, really glued up together. Is this probably the best thing I've ever made? I mean, in the past like month, probably. But honestly, this looks really solid. I think I'm gonna be using this fiber wood to kind of just level things out. Might just glue this on top, honestly, at this point. But the plan is to lay the product like that, obviously glue it together, and use this poster board as the backdrop. And wow, that looks really good already. Plan is to put this on my Lazy Susan, use the slider I just got on the mail, and utilize all this together to make the first shot, which is introducing the actual product. So let's get to it. Cheers. All right, so finally got everything set up. Got my slider set up, got my soju bottle suspended in the air, got the whole Lazy Susan set up with the whole poster board backdrop, and I got another light source over here to kind of, make it a little more clear so it's not too dark. And hopefully, this is my first time using the slider, so this is gonna be nice, clean shots, hopefully. I got, some straight shots, some angled shots probably, and I'm gonna get this rolling at a very slow speed so I can speed it up so it'll be easier. Probably gonna use like 60 frames per second instead of 120 just because how slow it's gonna be. And yeah, let's get to it. All right, so now I got that shot away. I went from outside in. I think from inside out, and I think I might want to try from outside in to kind of make it a little more detailed. But I think the plan is for that, and specifically, I might do it where it's going from a different angle, from bottom to top at an angle. So it's kind of going like this way in a sense, if that makes sense. So I'll show you in a little bit for the behind the scenes, but that's kind of the plan, to give a little more pizzazz, a little more of a different perspective of this actual shot itself, to not make it so bland per se. So let's see how it goes. What's going on, guys? It is day 2 of recording this whole entire soju product commercial. And the idea for this shot is to have the perspective that you're inside the bottle. What I did was cut up a Sierra Mist bottle, get a Sprite bottle, whatever, gaffered it, taped with this vase that I got in the past. Got some water over there, and the idea is to kind of make this tornado flushing a water effect going downwards from the inside of the bottle. And I have a slider here. Probably can't see from the top, but I'm gonna be on there and I'll tilt the camera later, but it's on the tripod here. I'm gonna be gradually bringing it down so you're like seeing that perspective inside the bottle with the water being poured at the same time. Now, I don't know how this is gonna work just because I'm by myself, but we'll see. Let's just hope that I don't break anything. Let's hope nothing actually falls and nothing gets too crazy wet. So yeah. By the way, shout out to one of my best friends. He gave me this shirt because he's part of the pipe fitter union. What do you guys think? It's pretty nice, right? All right, let's get started. All right, set up. Okay, so scratch my idea before about using the slider. I might think that because the Sony camera doesn't work really well with autofocus with this specific converter, I think I might just have a regular clean shot like this and have in post zooming in. So I think that might be the plan instead. So I'm gonna hope for the best. So this way it's a little more cleaner. So I'm gonna be kind of advising it from that direction. But first, yes, that looks good. The next shot that I plan on doing is the grape shot. That is going to be where the grapes are being sprayed with water, and Hopefully one droplet is able to be kind of falling off of the grape, so it kind of shows the flavor of grape, obviously, and that might be maybe like one of the beginning shots in general, but that kind of introduces the flavor, and that one droplet falls down into a shot glass already filled with water. That kind of closes the fact that from the bottle to the actual soju shot glass to drink. So that's the plan. I'm gonna let that keep recording and fast forwarding and stuff. I'm gonna dismantle a couple things, kind of get myself set up, and you can kind of see the process of how I actually get started from scene to scene. Let's get started. I think I might use some fishing line. I think that'll be a really good idea to hold up these grapes. Alright guys, so this shot is going to be a continuation from the water droplet falling down for the grape. Only reason why I want to do this is because, and obviously I could probably make it where like I'm actually pouring it, but I think I wanted to make it where you're actually connecting the dots in the actual video itself instead of someone actually pouring it, you know, you going from the inside and the water, the grape actually falling down with the water droplet, and then bam, it's right there. That's kind of like the idea of completing the shot in my personal opinion. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so I got my macro lens here, a base of water here. I'm gonna just dip my finger in here, make it so a water droplet kind of just falls down. That's the shot. So see how it goes. Let's get started. Nice. Oh man, all right, so day 3. Didn't expect myself to do another day 3 for this whole entire recording process, but after looking at the actual footage itself, I might need some more shots. So my plan is I'll put my notes like right here or something. I have a beginning, middle, and end for the actual scene itself of this commercial, but I want to fill in the gaps of where I think that might make more sense to the audience, like introducing the actual shot glass, showing the actual action of this. So I'll have the notes like right here. These are my notes. Hopefully it'll make more sense as you're kind of watching this process. So let's get to day 3 recording. Let's get it. All right, so the next shot I think I want to do is probably pouring into the actual shot glass itself. So I think that's the plan now. Do that. Probably that's the only shot that I'm gonna do besides the actual opening of this bottle by itself. I think that's the only plan I got. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't already, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the channel. You know, I think 2022, it's gonna be a good year. I'm very hopeful right now, you know, starting off real strong with this video itself too. So I'm gonna be making tips and tricks, some recommendations from knives to lenses to whatever it may be. And yeah, let's stay strong, let's stay safe, let's stay healthy, and let's hope for the best for this year. Have a blessed day. God bless.